I'm Vashaunna Renee, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Vashaunna Renee Experience. I'm excited about today's show because I feel like I'm going to learn something new today. We have Mr. Brandon Thomas here.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good. Guilt-free pastries is what we're talking about today.
That's true.
That's your baby.
Yes, it is. Yeah. A 1-year-old little baby, yes.
Just 1 year old?
She's just 1 year old, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so tell me about the guilt-free pastries. Tell me exactly what it is.
So Guilt-Free Pastries is an organic, all-natural, gluten-free, crime-free, processed sugar-free, butter-free company.
Okay.
So all the pastries are free of all those ingredients. And we're actually a health and fitness company. Yeah. So we're not a food. We're only just focusing on the food and beverage part. Now we're a health and fitness company. So the pastry line is the health and the fitness, the nutrition part of that.
Okay.
But we do provide a whole array of health and fitness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I can eat guilt-free pastries at least once a day and I won't.
And you be guilt free, hey, and you won't blow up big. You may even slim down.
What?
Maybe,
what?
Depending on how you eat it.
Yeah. Okay, depending on how
depending on how many you eat a day. Yeah, you
okay.
said a day. You didn't say how many a day.
Okay. Yeah. If I just do one a day.
If you do one a day and all the rest of your nutrition is right, then you won't gain anything from eating guilt-free pastries.
Okay, but I can't eat like pizza and
you
burgers all day.
You shouldn't eat pizza and burger anything. Period. I mean,
right. Okay, so if you do it right.
If you do it right, you live a guilt-free lifestyle, then yeah, you'll be perfectly fine.
Okay, so now here's my question. Are you from Memphis? Let me ask you.
I'm originally from the Mid-South, yes.
You are from Memphis. Okay, gotcha. Because it seems like guilt-free and pastry, because I know with Southern cooking, you think of butter, sugar, and very unhealthy items. And so with you being from, this region,
from the Alabama, the good old South,
this region, and you come up with guilt-free, it's like, what in your mind said, let me try something different?
Well, it originally started about 13 years ago when I was 300 pounds. So that's when the guilt-free lifestyle started for me. I started thinking a little bit differently from the traditional Southern route. Back then I was cooking, of course, fried chicken and everything with your sugars, your butters, and everything that way. But after I started figuring out the dangers of it, I started getting healthier. That's when I lost 300 to 175 in the summer. And so,
summer?
About 110 days, yeah. And so from that point on, I started cooking a healthier way. And then over the years, I kept cooking healthier and healthier until we got to the point where we're at now with guilt-free pastries.
Okay, gotcha. Now, I've asked you this before. Were you always in the kitchen? Were you like, a young kid in the kitchen cooking with your mom or your dad or something like that?
Yeah, both of my parents cooked. And they didn't cook for a living. My dad was the engineer. My mother worked for the city, but they didn't cook for a living. But they both cooked at home every day. And so I've been cooking since I was 6. Okay. So I have over 20 years of self-taught culinary experience. Okay.
So how do they feel about, seeing you do the guilt-free? Because I'm sure when you were growing up, they can teach you.
No, they did. They taught me the good old sugar and butter and everything else, yeah.
So how do they feel seeing you, step out of what you were taught by them, to do your own thing?
Well, they saw it originally when I was still at home, when I started cooking, in high school and stuff, and everything was different then. When they actually taste it, they're sort of, oh, wow, this is completely different, but it still tastes great. Right. And, if you get someone in the mid-60s generation to like it, and if you can get the younger generation to like it, then you're sort of doing something sort of right.
Right, gotcha.
It's hard to get that generation to go away from
what they already know.
Exactly.
Trust me. Okay, now, when you say healthy pastry, it almost seems like an oxymoron. So is that a hard sell for you to, because I see that you're in so many different places selling your product. Is it, do you tell people right up front, this is guilt-free, or do you just say, try this and see if you like it, and then kind of slide into it?
It depends on the demographic that I'm talking to. Originally, I believe that a business should be completely upfront with the consumer. I believe in a conscious consumer. Okay. So I believe you should know everything. So if it's a pastry line or food, you should know all the ingredients. So that's why I don't shy behind the fact of saying that. I mean, the trademark name is avocado brownies. That's the flagship. Gotcha. So I don't shy away with. So I'm going to you and telling you about it. Sometimes, like just yesterday, I was out at McFarland Community Center, the health center with a fitness group there. So I was out giving out samples there, and I would let them try the brownie first,
Mm-hmm.
and then tell them what it was. Because some people like they see the name, avocado, oh no, vegan, no this, and people shy away from it if they're not used to that. And so my whole point is to get guilt-free pastry in every community.
You're right.
Especially. And to get through some communities, sometimes you have to not let them know what they're eating and then tell them what they, sort of like a blind taste.
Exactly. I know, because even with me, I can say that I'm guilty of, if I see the name of something and it's like, I don't know if I want to even try it.
Mm-hmm.
So to get people out of their comfort zone to say, well, I'll at least take a little piece.
Yeah, and you can just tell them that the little sample piece they're eating is less than 5 calories, because one whole brownie only has 52 calories. That's where we take off the guilt. That's how we bring a healthy good pastry and have a perfect marriage.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, now you said you were 300 pounds. Now, I know people looking at you would find that hard to believe. Mm-hmm. And you said you did it in like did a lot of it in like just a summer span. Mm-hmm. It couldn't have been just eating. What else did you do to get down?
Then I was 16, so at that time it was no job, there was no stressors, just a summer kid. So I would wake up from sun up to sundown, and I adjusted my nutrition. I stopped taking all medications, and went outside. I literally only I played basketball. I cut my parents' yard with a push mower, and I rode my bicycle 10 miles a day, and that was it.
And at 16 in your mind, you thought, okay, I gotta change. Like
at 16, I recognized that what a trend normally in the African American community here in the South is pre-diabetic, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. And I went to the doctor, and she was saying, you're going to have all this, similar to everyone else in your family. You're 300 pounds. So I just looked in the mirror and said, I'm not going to be that version of anyone in my family. I want to look forward to positive versions, and I just went outside. Now,
do you find yourself, like when you're around your family, do you find yourself kind of like preaching?
Well, I do, I practice what I preach, so it's hard not to try, if you see someone, not to try to extend the hand, but you have to be careful when you do extend your hand. You have to know to observe first, and then if someone asks you to extend, then extend. Okay,
because I know if you're in, a group, or you're in a home, or you're with a get-together or something like that, where they cooked all the stuff that we probably shouldn't
Everyone
be.
knows that I'm not going to be eating anything. Everyone knows, at least. I mean, even business associates, when we come to a gathering, they know that we don't have to be offended because he's not going to eat anything.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Or, do people get offended? Are they like, you're not going to eat my food? Or are they kind of like, did you see? He didn't even...
if it's someone I've never met before, maybe. But if there's someone there who they sort of know me, then they be like, yeah, he just doesn't eat anything that we eat.
Gotcha. So are you, your lifestyle, is it gluten-free, or are you a vegetarian, or what's the title, or is there a title? Or you just eat healthy?
I don't like to put myself in a box. So I don't like to fit in one, any category. But I do have a gluten intolerance. That's sort of how everything got started with guilt-free pastry. I found out I was allergic to gluten after I got back from graduate school. I came back up here. I came back up here to originally take care of my dad. He lost his lid due to diabetes complications. Or dialysis, Well, I had it right the first one. And so I had to help him and my mom. I had my mom take care of him. And so in around March of 2013, I discovered I was allergic to gluten. So that's when I started working on a different pastry. Because that's one thing you have to keep something with you when you go on a journey. And sweets were always my weakest thing, so I wanted to make them stronger. So I want to take the guilt out of it. So that's how the name came around too.
Gotcha. That's what I was going to ask. Everyone has a weakness. Like, I love French fries. I do.
You should change the sweet potato fries.
But I've tried.
You should not eat at McDonald's first off.
Okay, well I don't. Now that I won't eat at McDonald's just because I've seen videos and things like that. But that messed me up. But I do love French fries. But like you said, you loved sweets when you were,
I still do love sweets.
But you've adjusted.
I've adjusted, yeah. So get rid of all the bag. Processed sugar is so terrible for you. So that's why I got rid of the processed sugar and everything. So once you get rid of that, you're already down the road being guilt-free. And then you have to add a couple other little signature secret things that I do that I don't tell, and then there you go.
So you are not just one to talk about it. You're actually
I live it, I run it, I march it, I climb it. I'm still on a journey myself. It's a lifetime journey.
Love that. Okay, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company, specializing in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your events or business, L3
All right, we are back with Mr. Brandon Thomas, Guilt-Free Pastries. He's giving us the lowdown on how you can still have sweets, which can be a weakness to a lot of us, and make it healthy. So healthy treats, healthy snacks. Brandon is the guy. So we've been talking about, how you started out being, was it 300 or you were over?
I was right at 300.
Right at 300. Well, that's crazy. You've done an awesome job. And so you started out 300 pounds or so. You worked your butt off. You're eating right. You have completely changed your lifestyle. And you're not just, preaching it. You're walking the walk. You're, trying to make. Now, this is a question that are you, hoping that people will ultimately, I want to say switch over and become guilt-free, or at least taken into consideration, as opposed to eating the unhealthy things that you can just grab in the store, or, what we're used to, like in our mind, how we grew up eating and, things like that. Would you like to see at least a majority of people?
I would personally like to see my own philosophy. I would like to personally see everyone unplugged from the bigger system. Mm-hmm. So unplugged from the Oreos, unplugged from the Holsters, and then bring in more local. Okay. So if they're not, everyone, of course I would love to see everyone on the guilt-free pastry, living a guilt-free lifestyle, of course. But if everything's not for everyone. So of course in moderation, if someone wants to go out to a smaller local pastry shop where at least the person's actually using real ingredients. That's the danger. Because if someone's in large production, they're using a large amount of chemicals. Mm-hmm. And that's the bad part for everybody. Yeah. So at least if someone's using bad sugar, like brown sugar or something, at least they're using brown sugar and it's actually a person using it. But of course, I would rather everyone get away from all types of sugars, all types of chemicals and dyes, and just go more freely for a raw version of a pastry. Right.
Now, do you feel better, like 10 times better eating the way you eat now as opposed to how you did before? Like, do you have more energy?
Oh, yes. Everything is better now.
Okay, everything's better.
Everything. Everything. More energy, more vibrant, skin tone, definition, everything. Yeah.
Really?
Everything changes when you start eating vegetable, fruits, nuts, seeds, and minimum amounts of meat. Really? It's just that simple,
Yeah, and now, is it hard for you? Do you kind of ever get back to, I just want a piece of...
Nope, not anymore. It's been 13 years, so now nothing really makes my mouth water anymore. Fried chicken doesn't do it. I never eat watermelon. That's very stereotypical thing I just did to you. I really did. I just took up like 10 generations back. Even though statistically speaking, more white people eat more fried chicken and watermelon than black people. There's more white people than us. But that was I really did this automatically. That's programming. But still, I didn't do that. Try to unplug more. Right. But yeah, I mean, bread. Right. I just stopped recently eating bread, probably a year ago, and that makes my mouth water still. Really? Just bread, because now I make my own bread. So if I'm not making it, then, if I'm just out and about, I can't eat anything. You can try your hardest. It's easy to eat healthy, but try not to eat bread out and about. It doesn't matter where you go to.
No yeast rolls.
No yeast rolls, no dinner rolls, no sandwiches.
Oh my God. Nothing. Okay, so let me ask you this. When you go out to eat, I guess, are you kind of picky? I guess you can't really go to.
I was picky when I was 300 pounds.
Really? Because you can't really go.
I was the biggest 300-pound person you can meet. Really? Yeah. Oh, I always been picky.
Most places, honestly, they say they have like a low carb menu or, but really it's hard to go outside of your home and find healthy meals anywhere, really. Do you find that?
It's a strange struggle. That's why there's sort of different places popping up around Memphis, that's healthier, more conscious about what they feed to their consumers. Mm-hmm. But in all, it's very difficult to go. I go to very key places around town in certain areas that I actually eat at. Okay. It's very, they literally know what I'm going to eat before I just say, give me the usual. And that's it. And it's sad, but I can't really venture out too far just because of that fact.
Yeah, I think we may be changing though.
Hopefully, we are. Memphis is coming around. There's more places coming up with healthier foods, with real fresh food at least.
Right.
There's lots of them coming up.
Right, exactly. Okay, now that leads me to my next question, because one of the biggest complaints that people have is that eating healthy is so much more expensive than just going to a dollar menu or picking up, other things. Is that the same thing for guilt-free, or is it still reasonably priced, how is...
First off, the reason for that, we should all go to our Congress and talk to them about that, because that's really not any business owner's fault, any farmer's fault. That's really the Congress and the lobbyists and people like that fattening their pockets to have Monsanto and Walmart and the companies like that have cheaper stocks, and that's where that comes from. So on our end, when we buy organic, my product is a premium-based product, but it's still priced so anyone can afford it. So what I've done was I went against some of my mentors' advice, or a lot of their advice, because it's a premium product. For me, it's a high-cost product. I'm buying everything organic. I'm processing everything by hand. But what I do is I was originally selling a 12-pack, so I reduced that down to an 8-pack and a 4-pack. Okay. So basically, anyone can be able to afford a 4-pack.
Gotcha.
And you can't afford a whole dozen.
Okay.
So that way everyone can experience the guilt-free lifestyle.
I love that. Okay, now you are a part of the Made In community.
Yes, I am.
Which Jennifer was on here, I guess a few weeks ago. Okay. She was on here, and I think you were mentioned. How has that benefit guilt-free pastries, and would you recommend other?
I would recommend every small business Made In My Community. Okay. It's a beautiful site. Jennifer is a great CTO. Made In is just a great site to go on. It helps you get more exposure, different communities that you may not have reached.
Right, exactly.
And so that's the biggest point of it. And then you're able to reach other communities and help them with whatever your product is.
Right.
And it's great working with Jennifer as well.
Yes, she is. I love Jennifer.
Yeah, and Caitlin.
So it is just, Made In, I think, is just an awesome thing that she has, developed, and it's just, I can see it just blossoming and blooming. So yes, I'm glad that you were saying that. Now we are going to go to a quick little game time.
All right.
Now this is, we talked about guilt-free pastries. Now we need to see a little bit about Brandon Thomas, okay?
All right.
So I'm just going to ask you a few quick questions. You just throw out there. First thing comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
My favorite store to shop in is?
Food-wise or?
Nope, clothing.
Clothing? Oh.
Yes.
Banana Republic.
Okay, gotcha. Favorite method of working out?
That's a hard one.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. That's too many.
No, I saw you like boxing or something. Did I see you like in a boxing?
Yeah, I do everything from A to Z.
Okay.
Aerobics to Zumba,
Okay, gotcha.
So let's just pick something fun in Zumba.
Okay, gotcha. Your favorite album is?
Actually going to switch. I'm going to go with Eddie Kendrick.
Ooh, okay. If you could live anywhere in the U.S., where would it be?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Really?
For the weather,
Yeah.
For the culture and the music, it'd still be Memphis, but for the weather, it'd be Florida.
Okay. And if you could have a drink with one famous person, who would it be? El Halik Shabazz or Malcolm X. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. I love that answer. Okay. That is it. See? You got through it.
Yeah. What's the prize?
The prize is being here with me.
This is the best prize ever, then. See? Beautiful woman, beautiful show. This is amazing. Yes,
that's your prize. Now, look, we are going to come back. He's going to bring out some pastries. We're going to see what guilt-free pastries is all about. So make sure you stay tuned in.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company, specializing in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your events or business, L3.
Alrighty. All right, we are back with Mr. Brandon Thomas, Guilt-Free Pastries. As you can see, we've got some goodies here. Oh, and I'm excited to hear about everything. Now, cookies, muffins, brownies. This is what we've got going on right now. Mm-hmm. You also do bread
and a piece of dough as well.
Okay.
And I take special requests for any pastry item there is.
Okay, and tell us about the special request because I thought that was very cool.
So basically, if you had a request for a birthday cake or a Twinkie, for instance, and you wanted to take the guilt out of it, you would just give me a call, tell me what the request is, and I'll give you back a product that's guilt-free.
Okay, gotcha. And that's awesome, which I love because if I like honey buns, then you can somehow whip up a guilt-free honey bun.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Perfect. I mean, that's with any pastry in general as well, too. Okay. So, like, for instance, if someone was allergic to dairy, and every white chocolate chip all around the world has dairy in it.
Right.
So they would call me and say, I love the cinnamon banana cookie, but could you take the white chocolate chips out? Retail-wise, I can't do that. Okay. But for you, I can do that.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Okay, let's dig in. I want to know about everything. What is everything you have here?
Starting closest to me, this is vegan snickerdoodle. There, one cookie has maybe around 64 calories. Okay. This is the white chocolate chip here, around maybe 67 calories. This is
6 to 7?
67.
Oh,
yeah, not 67. That'd be false advertising. 67.
Okay, 67. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute now. Okay, go ahead.
This is a large, extra large cinnamon banana muffin. There's around maybe 80 calories. Okay. This is a vegan avocado cookie. Okay. That's only 38 calories. This is an ebony and ivory cookie. That's a dark chocolate cookie coated in white chocolate icing. That's a special summer and fall item. Okay. Here we have the avocado brownie, the original item that started everything else. It's only 52 calories. There's a cinnamon banana again in cookie form. And then we have soon to be called Brown Betty or the caramel avocado brownie. And the caramel sauce is made from dates. And that's just around 72 calories.
Okay, now I heard you say avocado a lot. How did avocado get into with like chocolate and how did that come together?
Basically, I was trying to figure out how to get rid of butter. And avocado is a direct replacement for butter, and also avocado is a healthy source of fat. Okay. And so that's why our motto is eat more fat. Because fat is actually the way, eating more proper, good sources of fat is how you actually lose weight. Okay. Eating the right amount of fat can actually give you a more defined six-pack and everything by eating more fat.
Okay, so you have to actually, I mean, like, this is a science. You can't just go into the kitchen and say, you want to whip up some guilt-free pastry?
It took months and months.
I mean, because I would never know that avocado is like a substitution. You know, I didn't know that, so
I'm a researcher, but I'm a social psychologist, so I research all the time, so yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So this is more than just, you know, someone going to the kitchen, whipping up. You know, oh, I'm going to try something new. You have to actually know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And what you're...
You just have to know what you're doing.
You can't just throw some stuff together. You have to, like, know what you're doing. Research. People research.
It's key. Research is key.
It's key because some people just kind of, they see someone else doing it. And in their mind, they think, oh, it just has this and this. I could probably whip it up. Yeah. And
they can whip up something. It's not going to be guilt free.
I was going to say, and it may not be, look as lovely as these, as these items here. Okay, now what's your biggest seller?
The biggest seller, retail-wise, would be the cinnamon banana cookie. Okay. Followed by the white chocolate and the avocado brownie. And the caramel brownie does great in different demographics of the city like Harbortown. Okay. And the snickerdoodle is the biggest seller in the Cooper Young district.
Okay, so you know you've even researched your demographics. You know what sells.
I can go farther than that. Actually, the vegan avocado cookie and brownie. The brownie isn't here, but the cookie. Normally, African American women prefer the vegan avocado cookie or brownie opposed to the avocado brownie.
Really?
Yes, 100% correlation.
That's.
And we had to test that out with you once you taste them both.
Yes.
Yes.
I am down. I am down. Okay. Now, we also always give our guests their time to shine. But before we do that, what's your favorite? Which one? Do you have you may not even have midnight snacks. Do you do that?
No, I stop eating at 19 or 7 o'clock every day. Yeah.
Okay. What's your 7 o'clock?
That's it.
Okay, what's your favorite? Which one do you enjoy the most?
Asking me my favorite, sort of like asking a parent who's their favorite child. And with them here listening,
they're all your babies.
They're all my babies. So it just depends on what
I understand. I have 2 boys, so I understand.
So I ask you in front of your boys, which one is your favorite? What are you going to say? I like this one the best.
They're both the best.
Exactly.
They're both
all of these
awesome.
are my best.
Okay, gotcha.
If I want something very clean and not that sweet, I would go towards the vegan snickerdoodle.
Okay.
If I'm feeling like a white macadamia nut taste, I'll go for the white chocolate chip.
Okay, gotcha. So you're big on the cookies then. You like?
Oh, I love the brownie too. If I want to go for chocolate, it just depends on what I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
If I want some very clean chocolate with no calories, I go for the vegan avocado.
But I love that there's options. It's not just, how some people have just cupcakes or cake. I mean, that's all they do. Yeah. You got, the bread, the muffins, the, cookies, and if I want a honey bun, that's good for me.
I will make you a honey bun.
I can get a honey bun. Okay, perfect. I love it. Now, I always give my guests their time to shine, which is the portion where you tell everyone how they can purchase your items, how they can find out more information. If you have any events coming up, or I know you're at the farmers market. Is that every week?
It's not every week. It's every other week at Church Health Center Farmers Market on Tuesday. That's from 10 to 2. Okay,
gotcha. So, but they can find you. Now, do you have your products in a particular store where they can just go and pick some up? Or?
Yeah. Harbor Town, there's Miss Cordelia's. Downtown, there's Tampa Tap, which is on Gayoso.
Okay.
In Cooperyon District, there's Stone Soup Cafe. And then Philip Ashley Chocolate utilizes the avocado brownie every season. It turns into one of his creations.
Gotcha. So you don't have to just order online. You can just,
You can go to different retail stores and pick them up. You can, of course, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, which is Guilt Free Pastries. Twitter handle is at GFP_2013. And the website is guiltfreepastries.com.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. I am going to get a taste of some of these, all of these items here. But thank you so much, Brandon, for coming on and schooling me on a few things. I appreciate that. But we are coming to a close. Thank you all for watching and supporting. Be sure check out Brandon. All of these items, they look delicious. I'm going to tell you how good they are in just a second. But make sure you support him. I love local, shop local. It's very important. And try something different. I mean, look, we've been doing the same things, eating the same things for so long. For some of us, it's not working out too well. So try something different. Support Brandon, Guilt Free Pastries. And of course, you can visit my website, Facebook, Vashauuna Renee, the Vashauuna Renee Experience, all those great things. Until next time, thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.